Hello there, my name is Doug Bilderback and I am your presenter today. We all recognize that tariffs are a very topical situation and they are evolving and changing frequently. Please take any tariff rate or value as an example and not as the actual tariff in your situation. Now, typically in North America, the process is you have a brokerage house that is going to help you bring that product in. If you're a larger company, somebody like a Walmart or an Amazon, they're going to have probably their own teams and so on to process that and their own processes. But we're going to assume that everybody here on this call is a smaller organization and is using a brokerage house. So that brokerage house is going to assist you in getting that product in. They're going to file whatever needs to be filed with the government and then send you a bill for that. And so what we want to be able to do is use the additional cost function in the PO module to apply that to our items. Now, there are multiple ways of applying that in the additional cost function. Some of you may use something like the no proration function for expense if you're just trying to expense your freight. We're not going to talk about that in the tariff example, mainly because if you were going to do that, you could just do it through accounts payable. But we're going to assume that you want to add those tariffs onto the cost of your product. And there are 4 options that we can use that, do that with in the additional cost function. Now, 3 of them are very specific. That is prorate by quantity, cost, or weight. So it's going to take the total amount of the bill and allocate it based on one of those 3 drivers. Those drivers tend to work if you know that amount up front and if there is an even allocation across all the items. So for example, if you are bringing in wine and your whole container is filled with wine and that's all very identical, you can use, say, cost or weight and just allocate that cost across all of them. Of course, it's also good from other additional costs that you might have, such as the freight shipment itself. However, a lot of people are going to have situations where they've got a mixed container of product coming in, and maybe that has different tariff codes applied to it, and we need to kind of track that information at a line-by-line basis. So then we need to use the prorate manually function. We'll take a look at and see an example of that, but that's where when you do the additional cost, you have to pop open a separate screen and enter the values and make those calculations manually as you're putting that information into the system. Sage itself is not going to drive that. Thank you. If you do have further questions, please feel free to email us, either support@equationtech.us, or you can email myself directly at doug@equationtech.us, and we'd be happy to help you answer your questions. If you want to look at doing a customization to track some of this stuff, we would be more than happy to assist you with that as well. Alrighty, I'm going to wish you all a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.